The following program is presented by Chick-fil-A and Bright Star Credit Union.
Cypress Bay takes on Western in tonight's quarterfinal of School Duel. Welcome to School Duel, where roughly 50 high schools from Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties compete to be a part of the show. Now, the top 20 schools made it to the televised rounds where they battle it out in an academic tournament for South Florida bragging rights. And of course, the winners walk away with the school trophy from EDCO, a $1,000 check for each student courtesy of Bright Star Credit Union and Chick-fil-A, and of course, so much more. Now, with that much at stake, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the brackets for this week's game. As you see, this quarterfinal game matches the Cypress Bay Lightning versus the Western Wildcats in what is going to be quite a showdown. The winner between the two schools will be moving on to the semifinals. So let's hear it for our two schools. But wait, because of course there's so much more. During the show, each student will compete in the Chick-fil-A challenge. Here, the student with the most correct answers throughout the show will win Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches for an entire year. Sounds good? All right, let's go ahead and get started. Our first round is called the warning shot. Here it's school against school, competing with toss-up questions directed at the entire group. Now, each question is worth 10 points. If a question is answered incorrectly, the other school gets one chance to steal the points. All right, schools, are you ready? All right, well, let's prepare for the warning shot. First question deals with presidents. He gave the first State of the Union speech, chose the area along the Potomac River where the District of Columbia now stands. Yes, Daniel.
George Washington.
Correct. Good job. Way to start the game. Let's move on to weather. In England, it refers to snow that partly melts as it falls. Give this five-letter word. Yes, Brian.
Sleet.
Sleet is correct. Good job. Holidays. A recent study by Harvard says that one easy way to get your kids to grow up Republican is to take them each year to a parade honoring what major summertime holiday that usually, Joe?
4th of July.
4th of July is correct. Moving along to spooky spots. In ancient Rome, bodies of religious martyrs were often buried under the churches nearest to where they died. Give the five-letter word beginning with C for this lower, Joe?
Cemetery.
Incorrect. Cypress. Ian?
Crypt.
Crypt is correct. And that's a lower chamber. All right, moving along, we have time. What time, always several minutes before sunrise, is defined by the National Weather Service as, quote, the time of morning at which the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon? Joe?
Sunrise.
Incorrect. Cypress Bay. Noah?
Dawn.
Dawn is correct. Good job. Pirates. 18th century pirate Edward Teach, who used his ship in?
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard, correct. Good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Where Am I questions. My contestants will be given a famous location and a clue, and then asked to tell us the name of the place being described. Is everyone ready? All right, here we go. Located near the Paramount Theater and Broadway Theater District, identify this commercial intersection in Midtown Manhattan. Ian?
Wall Street.
Incorrect. Western. Joe? Say it again.
Times Square.
Yes, very good. All right, and Times Square was formerly called Long Acre Square. Times Square was renamed after the New York Times moved its headquarters there in 1904. Moving along to card games. When playing it, face cards count 10 and an ace.
Blackjack.
Yes, Craig, very good. Blackjack is correct. All right, let's move along to disease. GlaxoSmithKline is testing a vaccine for it against the protein contained within the parasite that causes it. Name this tropical disease that is transmitted through mosquito bites. Yes, Jacob?
Malaria.
Malaria is correct. Good job. Moving along to representatives. John Boehner is the current Speaker of the U.S. Daniel?
House of Representatives.
Incorrect. Listen carefully, Western. It's all yours. John Boehner is the current Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. Which Midwest state does Boehner represent in Congress that is home to the Buckeyes and the Cincinnati Reds? Yes, Joe?
Ohio.
Yes, awesome job. All right, let's move along to famous Americans. She is now pictured on the Alabama State Quarter, and her teacher, Annie Sullivan, was featured in the movie Ian.
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller is correct. Moving along to additives, some 70 years after its occurrence in natural water was first linked to a reduction in cavities, the federal government now says, yes, Joe?
Fluoride.
Fluoride is correct. They want less of it. Very good. Multiple meanings. Give this 5-letter word that as a verb means, quote, to train in military routines, end quote, to practice something until you're really good at it, end quote, or, Joe?
Drill.
Drill is correct. Awesome. Moving along to bands. Name this rock group whose past hits, Calling All Angels and Drops of Juice. Yes, Craig?
Train.
Train is correct. Awesome. Constellations said to have been put into the sky by Hercules after he killed it. Identify this constellation that features the king of the jungle and is also a name for a sign of the zodiac. Daniel?
Leo.
Leo is correct. Oh, there's the buzzer, and that means the end to the warning shot round. Very tight game. Cypress Bay with 80, Western with 70. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with more School Duel just after these messages.
Win an iPad from School Duel and Bright Star Credit Union. It's easy. Go to schoolduel.tv. Submit the correct answer to the Bright Star question of the week, and you're automatically entered into the drawing to win an Apple iPad. You can also vote for the player of the game on schoolduel.tv. A new winner is announced each week based on your votes, and all votes lead to the top player of the season. Visit schoolduel.tv. Everyone is welcome to play and vote. Bright Star Credit Union, proud sponsor of School Duel on BECON-TV.
In 1973, Chick-fil-A founder Truett Cathy created the Leadership Scholarship Program,
encouraging Chick-fil-A restaurant employees to further their education.
Since then, Chick-fil-A has awarded more than $28 million in scholarships
to team members who excel in the classroom, serve their communities,
demonstrate a solid work ethic, and possess a desire to lead.
So we say, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Truett. It means a lot.
Chick-fil-A is the proud corporate partner of the pursuit of higher education.
BECON-TV would like to thank the following sponsors for making School Duel possible.
Joining us and welcome back to School Duel. Our first round of action ended with a very tight score. Cypress Bay has 80, Western's right behind them with 70. Now before we begin the second round, let's take a minute to meet this week's competitors from each school. Let's go ahead and start with the Cypress Bay Lightning. Welcome. We have joining us today Noah. Noah, you are a sophomore, and the question for you guys today is, if there were a movie made about your life, what would the title of that movie be?
The Man Who Won Too Many Nobel Prizes.
Ah, very nice. Moving along, next to you is Craig. Craig, you are a junior. Thanks for being here. And what would your movie be called?
The only thing I could think of is like The Diary of a Witty Kid.
Diary of a Witty Kid. Interesting. All right. And Daniel's right next to you, and he's a senior. Daniel, tell us your movie.
A Serious Man.
Are you serious? Yeah, oh, I can tell. All right, the captain of Cypress Bay's team is Ian. Welcome, and you're a senior. What's your movie called?
Of Frosty the Snowman and Frost Nixon called Frosty Nixon.
All right, very interesting. All right, now let's go ahead and meet your competitors. They are the Western Wildcats. Welcome. Starting off with your team is Joe. Joe, you are a senior, and what is your movie called?
Let's say Flowers for Algernon.
Oh, okay, interesting. I've heard of that. All right, moving along, next to you is Jacob. Jacob, you're a senior, and your movie?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, interesting. Some adventurous people over here. Then we have Brian. You are a junior, and what's your movie?
2040, The Bid to Presidency.
All right, interesting there. We can ponder on that one. And the captain of Western team is Asaf. You're a senior, and what's your movie called?
It would be Don't Mess with the Zohan Part 2.
Ooh, I feel like I need to get ready for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we know everyone, let's go ahead and move on to round two, the joust. Here, one player from each school competes head-to-head with a 10-point toss-up question. The player that wins then gets 3 bonus questions with their school worth 5, then 10, and then 15 points. All right, schools, are you ready? All right. It is time to joust. Come on down, Ian and Aesop. Let's go. Gentlemen, here's your toss-up question worth 10 points. 2012 marked the 11th anniversary of the September 11th attacks when 2 planes piloted by terrorists flew into what cities? Yes, Ian?
New York City.
New York City is correct. Good job. Cypress Bay, all these questions are yours. Listen carefully. The following bonus questions deal with September 11th. Bonus question number 1 is worth 5 points. Another plane piloted by terrorists flew into this U.S. Defense Headquarters building. Yes, Ian?
The Pentagon.
Pentagon is correct. Your second bonus question is worth 10 points. The airplane Flight 93 was crashed by its passengers in a field in this eastern state. Ian?
Pennsylvania.
Correct. Good job. Your third bonus question is worth 15 points. Flight 93 is thought to have been intended to smash into this Washington, D.C. location. Noah?
The White House.
Very good. All right. Daniel, Brian, come on down. It is your turn to joust. Here's your toss-up question worth 10 points. It's an involuntary response your body makes to try and get rid of things in your throat, chest, and lungs that shouldn't be there. Yes, Brian.
Cough.
Cough is correct. Good job, Western. These are your questions. The following bonus questions all deal with coughing. Bonus question number 1 is worth 5 points. This part of your body involved in coughing causes hiccups when it contracts without warning. It is also where opera singers are told to sing from. Jacob.
Diaphragm.
Yes, sir. Correct. Good job. Bonus question number 2 worth 10 points. This type of cough medicine is designed to make you cough more in order to spit out whatever's bothering your breathing passages. Brian?
Robitussin.
Oh, no, it'd be expectorant. But Robitussin is an expectorant, all right? All right, bonus question number 3 worth 15 points. This type of cough medicine is designed to stop you from coughing. Joe?
Cough suppressant.
Very good, a suppressant. And Robitussin again can be a suppressant. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Jacob and Craig. Come on down. It is your turn to joust. Here's your toss-up question worth 10 points. What African American whose portrait was part of the recent Blacklist exhibit at the National Portrait Gallery was a former 4-star general, the first black on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and former Secretary of State? Yes, Craig.
Colin Powell.
Correct. Very good, General Colin Powell. All right, Cypress Bay, the following bonus questions all deal with people whose portraits were also part of the Blacklist. Bonus question number 1 worth 5 points. She is the younger sister of tennis star Venus. Yes, Ian?
Serena.
Yes. Bonus question number 2 worth 10 points. He created the character Medea and the TV series. Yes, Ian?
Tyler Perry.
Yes, awesome job. And your third bonus question worth 15 points. This all-time leading scorer in the NBA is 7. Craig?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, very good. All right, last 2, Noah and Joe, come on down. It is your turn to joust. Gentlemen, here's your toss-up question worth 10 points. What order was issued by President Lincoln in 1862 that freed slaves in the Southern? Yes, Noah?
Emancipation Proclamation.
Yes, sir. Good job. All right, Cypress Bay. The following bonus questions all deal with Abraham Lincoln. Question number 1 is worth 5 points. What 266-word speech adds a dramatic emphasis to the number 87 when it opens? Yes, Ian?
The Gettysburg Address.
Yes. Good job. Your second bonus question is worth 10 points. What, according to Abraham Lincoln, cannot stand? Yes, Daniel?
A house.
Very good. And your third bonus question is worth 15 points. In what state was Abraham Lincoln born? Noah?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Good job. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that buzzer means the end to the joust. We do have Cypress Bay still leading 200 points. Western has 100 points. But don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with more School Duel just after these messages.
Are you interested in learning about TV production? Be a part of the Broward Teen News Team, South Florida's only team-produced news show. Experience working at an actual TV station while learning on state-of-the-art digital equipment. We offer positions in everything from studio crew to school reporter. And for the more experienced students, we offer advanced credits as part of our internship program. If you're a student in Broward and you want to be a part of our team, then we've got a spot for you. For more information, go to www.browardteennews.org and click on Join Our Team.
Have you considered taking your high school courses online? Broward County Schools offers free virtual education for middle and high school. Courses include regular, honors, and advanced placement in all subject areas. Take one course or take a full course load all online. Broward Virtual Education welcomes homeschool and private school students. For more information or to enroll, call us at 754-321-1100 or visit us online at www.bbed.net while there's still space available. BECON-TV would like to thank the following sponsors for making School Duel possible.
Joining us, and welcome back to School Duel, where local high schools match wits to see who will be this year's School Duel champion. This quarterfinal round match has Cypress Bay competing against Western. Now, we do have Cypress Bay leading with 200 points to Western's 100 points. We're now ready for the rapid fire round. Here, each school will pick a category. They will then try to answer 10 questions within 60 seconds from that given category. Each question is worth 10 points. The other school will then get a chance to steal any missed questions. Now, since Western is trailing, they will have the opportunity to pick their category first. Today's choices are, starts with E and starts with L. So which category would you like, Western High?
We'll take category L.
All right, L for Lisa. All right, schools, are you ready? All right, let's go ahead and do this. Here comes rapid fire. Western starts with L. In this category, the answer contains a word that starts with the letter L. Each question is worth 10 points, and you do have 60 seconds to answer them. So are you ready? Well, cue music, and let's begin. Term for usable wood from a fallen tree.
Lumber.
Who you call for help in court if you get arrested.
Lawyer.
Four-letter word for pig fat.
Lard.
Place to use a microscope or a balance.
Laboratory.
Director of Star Wars.
Lucas.
Capital city of Michigan.
Lansing.
Something like water that's neither gas nor solid is this.
Liquid.
Part of a metal fence or a long piece of sausage.
Link.
Island of tiny people visited by Gulliver.
Lilliput.
And Hershey's Twizzlers is a red twisted brand of this.
Licorice.
Very good. We got through all the questions. You guys cleaned house. No questions are wrong. Cypress Bay, you have nothing to steal. All right, good job, guys. With Cypress Bay, here are your questions. Your category starts with E. In this category, the answer contains a word that starts with the letter E. Remember, you do have 60 seconds to answer these questions worth 10 points each. Gentlemen, are you ready? Yes. All right, let's go. Cue music and let's begin. A moving stairway between floors of a department store.
Escalator.
Imaginary line around the center of the earth.
Equator.
When the police trick someone into committing an illegal act. If you enter the Army as a private, you're said to do this.
Enlist.
X plus Y is a mathematical one of these.
Equation.
The hard outer layer of the exposed tooth.
Enamel.
Two of them equal a quarter note. Sesame Street character who has his own world.
Elmo.
Television equivalent of the Oscars.
The Emmys.
Book of the Bible in which the children of Israel escaped from Egypt.
Exodus.
All right, very good. We got through all your questions, Cypress Bay. However, you did miss 3 questions. I'll give those to Western. Starting with, when the police trick someone into committing, yes, Asaf?
Entrapment.
Correct. Next question. X plus Y is a mathematical one of these. Yes, Brian?
Expression.
Yes, very good. And the last question, 2 of them equal a quarter note.
An eighth
Yes,
note.
Joe, very good. All right. And that buzzer means the end to the rapid fire round. We do have Cypress Bay still leading with 270 points. Western picked it up. They now have 230 points. Let's go ahead and take a short break, and then we'll be back for the final showdown.
In 1973, Chick-fil-A founder Truett Cathy created the Leadership Scholarship Program,
encouraging Chick-fil-A restaurant employees to further their education.
Since then, Chick-fil-A has awarded more than $28 million in scholarships
to team members who excel in the classroom, serve their communities,
demonstrate a solid work ethic, and possess a desire to lead.
So we say, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Truett. It means a lot.
Chick-fil-A is the proud corporate partner of the pursuit of higher education.
Improve your money skills with Brightstar University. At Brightstar University, people of all ages can log in to learn more about finances. Just choose your age-specific category and pick from a collection of interactive financial topics, including the Visa Financial Football Game, where your team scores by answering money management questions. Just go to www.brightstaru.com. Brightstar University is brought to you by Brightstar Credit Union, proud sponsor of School Duel on BECON-TV.
BECON-TV would like to thank the following sponsors for making School Duel possible.
Joining us, we are back with more School Duel, and we've got a good quarterfinal round match going as Cypress Bay clings to its lead with 270 points over Western's 230 points. It is now time for the final showdown. This is the last round. Schools will go against each other with toss-up questions, but this time these questions are now worth 20 points. And remember, if a question is incorrect, the other school can steal the points. All right, schools, are you ready? All right. It is time for the final showdown. First question deals with space. What was the destination of the Apollo 11 space flight? Joe.
The moon?
Yes. Federal agencies identify this federal agency given power by a 1906 Act of Congress to ensure that Americans can both eat and take medication. Joe?
The FDA?
Very good. Fictional characters. He stutters a lot, especially when he's very excited or apologizing for things like popping the balloon he meant as a birthday present for Eeyore. Name this small. Joe?
Piglet?
Yes. Multiple meanings. As an adjective, it means open and sincere. As a noun, it is also a slang term for a hot dog. Give this 5-letter. Yes, Craig?
A dog?
Incorrect. Western, listen carefully. As a noun, it is a slang term for a hot dog. Give this 5-letter word that is also a shortened. Joe?
Frank.
Frank is correct. Ancient animals. Name this ancient ancestor of the elephant that became extinct at the end. Joe?
The mammoth?
Yes. Independence. Name this large Asian nation governed by England for nearly 100 years before it gained. Jacob?
India.
India is correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Who Am I question, brought to you by Hungry Howie's in Davie and Hollywood. In this question, my contestants will be given up to 4 clues about a famous person and asked to tell us his or her name. Are you guys ready? All right, gentlemen. Who am I? He was born June 19, 1978. This basketball star was originally drafted by Milwaukee. He spent time in the German army and carried the German flag in the 2008 Summer Olympics. Name this. Brian?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes, very good. All right, moving along to war. What armed conflict that ended in 1918 after more than 4 years of fighting? Yes, Daniel?
World War I.
Yes. The environment. What type of environmentally harmful precipitation has a pH of... Yes, Daniel?
Acid rain.
Yes. Fluids. It usually contains nitrogen, potassium, and sodium, is typically more than 95% water, and is completely sterile. Name this substance formed in the kidneys and often, Joe?
Urine.
Urine is correct. Species. Since 1600, nearly 900 species have undergone this event. Name, yes, Joe?
Extinction.
Yes. Literature. Her most famous novel was serialized in an 1850s anti-slavery newspaper. Name this American. Joe?
Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Yes. Geography. Usually smaller than a peninsula. It is a piece of land that just... Joe?
An isthmus.
Incorrect. Cypress Bay, listen carefully, usually smaller than a peninsula. It is a piece of land that juts into the sea. Give this geographic term whose well-known examples include Horn, Cod, Canaveral. Yes, Ian?
Cape.
Cape is correct. All right, elections. What fraction of the members of the U.S. Senate are up for re-election? Jacob?
1/3.
1/3 is correct. All right, scientific equipment. The holes in a Bunsen burner can be opened or closed to adjust airflow with what device that has the same name as the top part of a dress shirt? Ian?
Button.
Incorrect. Western? Jacob?
Collar.
Collar is correct. Olympics. What sport included at the 2012 London Olympics was represented by a figure lunging while holding a sword? Yes, Noah.
Fencing.
Fencing is correct. Movies. What movie stars Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman as 2 old men? Joe?
The bucket list.
Yes. Numbers. Long before the Arabs came up with it, the Mayans created a special symbol for what? Joe?
Numerals.
Incorrect. Listen carefully, Cypress Bay. Long before the Arabs came up with it, the Mayans created a special symbol for what worthless number? Daniel.
0.
0 is correct. Law. Give the term for what the police need from a judge before they can legally search your house. Daniel?
Warrant.
Warrant is correct. And that buzzer means the end to this quarterfinal school duel match. Wow, Western took over in this last round. They have won the game with 490 points, beating out Cypress Bay, ending with 390 points. This win, Western, is putting you into the semifinals. Congratulations. All right, great job to everyone. Of course, it also brings the end to the Chick-fil-A Challenge. And today's winner is, drum roll please, Joe from Western. Woo! Congrats on your Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches for an entire year. At this time, we'd like to thank our sponsors for making School Duel possible. And don't forget to check out our website at schoolduel.tv, where you at home can have a chance to win an Apple iPad courtesy of Bright Star Credit Union. And as always, make sure you tune in next week to School Duel Thursday at 7 p.m. as Deerfield Beach High takes on Plantation High in our next quarterfinal round match. Goodbye, everyone.
School Duel was brought to you by Chick-fil-A and Bright Star Credit Union.